Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to SSB Crack Exams. My name is Sakshi, and we are going to discuss the daily current affairs as on 11 September 2020. Before beginning, I would like to introduce you with SSB Crack Exams. It is one of the leading institution if you're preparing for defense examination like NDA, CDS, AFCAT, Territorial Army. For more details, you can visit our website ssbcrackexams.com. There you'll find the entire package of courses, mock tests, quizzes, and study materials. You can also follow us on our social media platforms Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Telegram for defense updates and notification. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and download our mobile app SSB Crack Exams from Google Play Store. So let's start our session, and let's start our session with the question of the day. In the yesterday's session, I asked you what is Solar Charkha mission? What is Solar Charkha mission? And so many of you have answered it correctly. I really appreciate that. So Solar Charkha mission, it was launched in the year 2018, 2 years back, and it is a Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises initiative. It is an initiative by Ministry of MSME, and it is implemented by KVIC, Khadi and Village Industries Commission. Okay, you need to remember these two names. It is launched by Ministry of MSME and it is implemented by KVIC. So this particular mission, Solar Charkha mission, it is an enterprise-driven scheme and it envisages setting up of solar charkha clusters. These clusters which will have 200 to 2042 beneficiaries and these beneficiaries will be spinners, weavers, stitchers and other skilled artisans. Okay, and these solar charkhas, they are to be operated using the solar power, which is a renewable energy source. Okay, so this is the Solar Charkha mission. So what are the objectives of this particular scheme, of this particular mission? First, to ensure the inclusive growth by generation of employment. Employment generation is the first and the foremost objective, and especially employment for the women and the youth, and sustainable development through solar charkha clusters. See, since solar energy is used, then it will be a sustainable development only, and especially these clusters are to be developed in the rural areas. Second objective is to boost the economy, and how to boost the economy? By arresting or by reducing the migration from rural to urban areas. And third objective is to leverage low-cost innovative technologies and process for sustenance. Okay, so these are the main objective of Solar Charkha mission. Now let's start our day with the first important and the foremost important news that we have today, and it is about the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. This is PM Matsya Sampada Yojana, recently launched by Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. And along with this particular Yojana, PM Matsya Sampada Yojana, he launched an app which is named as eGopala app and several other initiatives also, which are linked to the studies and the research in the fisheries production in dairy, animal husbandry, agriculture in Bihar. So this particular scheme is launched in Bihar. Now moving ahead and talking about the major important key points about the scheme. So first of all, Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada scheme, it is a flagship scheme which will be focusing on the sustainable development of the fisheries sector as a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. It is launched in 21 states and with an investment of 20,000 crores, and this amount will be spent for next 4 to 5 years, right? So let's see what are the objectives of this particular scheme. Objectives are, first of all, a new infrastructure, modern equipment and access to new markets for the fish producers. Second is to double the fish exports in coming 3 to 5 years. This is a major important objective, that to double the fish export from India and create millions of new employment only in the fisheries sector. And the scheme is also going to adopt the cluster, or you can say area-based approaches to create fishery clusters. Apart from that, the objectives also includes the consolidation of the achievement of the Blue Revolution and bringing new interventions such as fishing vessel insurance, support for new or upgradation of fisheries vessel, boats, integrated aquaparks, e-trading marketings. These are also the aim of this particular scheme. Apart from that, Prime Minister also inaugurated e-Gopala app. What is e-Gopala app? It is an online digital medium that will help the farmers to choose better quality of livestock and get better freedom from the middleman. This app will give all the information related to the cattle care, from productivity to its health and diet. Also, it is going to manage the livestock, including the buying and selling of the disease-free germplasm in all the forms, be it semen, embryos, etc. Let's talk about other initiatives. Other initiatives includes the establishment of Fish Brood Bank at Sitamarhi, Aquatic Disease Referral Laboratory at Kishanganj, 1 unit fish feed mill at Madhepura, and 2 units of fish on wheels assisted at the Patna under Blue Revolution. Apart from it, comprehensive feed production technology center will be developed at Dr. Rajendra Prasad Central Agricultural University, Pusa, Bihar. So these are the other initiatives. Okay. Now the next important update we have is about the 5-star village scheme. So recently, India Post, the Department of Post, it has launched a scheme which is for the 5-star villages. It is a 5-star village scheme. The scheme is to ensure the universal coverage of flagship postal schemes in rural areas of the country, and it is going to bridge the gaps in the public awareness and reach the postal products and services, especially the interior of the villages. So under this scheme, there are 5 postal schemes. First is Saving Bank scheme, second is Sukanya Samriddhi account, third is Funded POSA linked IPPB account, fourth is Postal Life Insurance, Rural Postal Life Insurance Policy, and fifth is Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana or Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana. So under that, if a village attains universal coverage for 4 schemes from the list, then that village will get 4-star status. And if a village completes 3 schemes, then it will get the 3-star status, and so on. And that is how it is a 5-star village scheme. All the postal products and services will be made available and marketed and publicized at the village level under this scheme. Okay, so this is about the Indian Post 5-star village scheme. Right now, let's move ahead. And next we have is about the AIM, Atal Innovation Mission. So AIM, Atal Innovation Mission, it recently launched Atmanirbhar Bharat Arise Anek initiative. It is a Atmanirbhar Bharat Arise Atal New India Challenge. So what is the aim of this particular initiative? The aim is to spur the applied research and innovation in Indian MSME and startups. See, the program will be driven by ISRO. Basically, it will be driven by Indian Space Research Organization with 4 ministries. These ministries are Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Food Processing Industries, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, and Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. So this particular initiative is going to support the deserving applied research-based innovation by providing funding. It will provide funding support up to 50 lakh for the speedy development of the proposed technology, solution or the product. Alright, so this is about the Atal Innovation Mission's Atmanirbhar Bharat or Arise initiative. Now let's move ahead. And next we are going to discuss about the 17th SCO Culture Minister Meet. Recently, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, it organized the meet for the cultural minister. So our Union Minister of State for Culture and Tourism, Shri Prahlad Singh Patel ji, he participated in the 17th Shanghai Cooperation Organization Culture Ministers meeting. And the meeting, it basically focused on the role and the place of the culture during the global epidemiological crisis and on the prospect of developing multilateral cultural cooperation within the SCO, within the organization. Under that, few points are highlighted by our Union Minister, and I'm going to discuss about those points. First of all, National Museum of India is going to is in the process of organizing the first SCO exhibition on the shared Buddhist heritage this year. So India is going to Indian Museum, National Museum is going to organize the first SCO exhibition, right? Second is Sahitya Academy. It is translating 10 Indian literary works. It is translating 10 Indian literary works into SCO languages, which is Russian and Chinese. And the objective is to share the Indian literature with SCO nations. Apart from it, India also gave its approval for declaring year 2021 as a year of culture of the SCO, because SCO is celebrating 20th anniversary in the year 2021. Now let's discuss about what is SCO, what is Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So it is a permanent intergovernmental organization. First of all, it is a permanent intergovernmental organization. It was created in the year 2001. This is the year in which it was created. It is the headquarters of SCO is in Beijing, China. And this is important point about this particular organization, that official language of SCO is Russian and Chinese. These are the two official languages. Please do remember these points about this particular organization. So in SCO there are 8 members, and these 8 members are Republic of India, Republic of Kazakhstan, People's Republic of China, Kyrgyz Republic, Islamic Republic of Pakistan, Russian Federation, Russia, Republic of Tajikistan, and Republic of Uzbekistan. Right? So these are the 8 members of the SCO. Now let me tell you the current COVID-19 situation in India as per 10th September. So the total cases in India, they are 44,65,863. The recovered out of them are 34,71,783. The active cases are, as I told you, they are going to reach 9 lakh. So 9,19,018. These are the active cases in India. And the deaths have reached to 75,062. Now in this chart, you can see the India, it scales a new peak of the 5 crore total COVID-19 cases. So this is the daily average test conducted week wise. This is the data, and you can see the data right here. Now it is time for quiz. Try to answer these questions. Let's revise this session. So the first question in front of you is Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana will focus on A. Fisheries, B. Tigers, C. Farmers, and D. None of the above. So the correct answer is this is particularly the scheme for the fisheries sector. So this will be focusing on the fisheries. Now the next question is Atmanirbhar Bharat Arise Anik initiative will not be driven by. So as I told you, there are few organizations which are involved in the implementation for the same. So the options are ISRO, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Food Processing Industries, and Ministry of Information and Technology. So it will not be driven by Ministry of Information and Technology. It was driven by basically ISRO plus 4 ministries, and these 2 are included, but not this one. Okay, now the next question is, where is the headquarters of Shanghai Cooperation Organization? A. New Delhi, Beijing, Jakarta, Dhaka. So the correct answer is the headquarters for Shanghai SCO organization is in Beijing, China. Now it is time for question of the day. Try to answer this question in the comment section. So the question for you is, what is Shangri-La Dialogue? What is Shangri-La Dialogue? Try to answer this in the comment section, and we will discuss the complete and in detailed answer in next session. Till then, work hard, stay healthy, stay motivated. I'll see you in the next session. Jai Hind.